Picture this. You're hanging out with someone who seems normal, even charming, but something feels off deep inside your gut. You can't quite put your finger on it, but after spending time with them, you feel drained, anxious, or somehow smaller than before. What if I told you that some people are walking emotional vampires, systematically destroying others without anyone noticing? Today, we're diving into the hidden world of toxic individuals who specialize in breaking down your self-worth, piece by piece. These aren't obvious bullies or aggressive personalities. They're much more dangerous because they operate under the radar. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit that like button if you want to discover the most unexpected warning signs. The scary truth is that destructive people often disguise themselves as helpers, friends, or even romantic partners. They've mastered the art of making you question your own reality while positioning themselves as your savior. Let me share Sarah's story. She met someone who seemed perfect, always offering advice and appearing deeply concerned about her well-being. But within months, Sarah found herself second-guessing every decision, feeling incompetent, and completely dependent on this person's approval. The first red flag is subtle boundary violation. They push just a little too hard, ask just slightly too personal questions. They test your limits like a scientist conducting experiments, carefully noting what makes you uncomfortable. Normal people respect when you say no, but destroyers see your boundaries as challenges to overcome. The second warning sign is emotional inconsistency that keeps you walking on eggshells constantly. One moment they're your biggest supporter, the next they're cold, distant, or subtly critical about everything you do. This creates an addictive cycle where you desperately chase their approval, never knowing which version you'll encounter. Mark experienced this with his business partner who would praise his ideas publicly, but privately plant seeds of doubt. The constant emotional whiplash rewires your brain to seek validation from the very person causing your pain. Third major red flag. They're masters of subtle competition, always finding ways to make everything about them. You share good news, they immediately have better news or a reason why your success isn't that impressive. They can't genuinely celebrate others because your happiness threatens their need to be superior in every situation. Lisa noticed her friend would always one-up her stories, turning every conversation into a competition she didn't realize she was playing. The fourth warning sign is gaslighting disguised as concern. They make you question your memory and perception. They'll say things like, "Are you sure that happened?" Or, "You seem really stressed lately, maybe you're not thinking clearly." Over time, you start doubting your own experiences and relying on their version of reality instead of trusting yourself. The fifth red flag is isolation tactics. They gradually separate you from other supportive relationships in your life. They might criticize your other friends, create drama, or simply monopolize all your time and emotional energy. They want to become your primary source of social connection, so you can't easily get outside perspectives on their behavior. But here's where it gets really insidious. They often present themselves as protectors, saving you from these allegedly harmful relationships. The sixth warning sign is emotional vampirism. They drain your energy while somehow always feeling better themselves. After interactions with them, you feel exhausted, confused, or emotionally heavy, while they seem energized and satisfied. They feed off drama, conflict, and your emotional reactions, creating situations just to harvest your responses. The seventh red flag is projection. They accuse others of behaviors and motivations that actually describe themselves perfectly. They'll call other people manipulative, selfish, or toxic, while exhibiting those exact behaviors in more subtle ways. This serves two purposes. It deflects attention from their actions and plants suspicion about genuinely good people. The eighth warning sign is intermittent reinforcement. They give you just enough positive attention to keep you hooked. Like a casino designed to create addiction, they provide unpredictable rewards that make you crave more. When someone is consistently kind, you take it for granted, but irregular kindness from cruel people becomes incredibly powerful. The ninth red flag is future faking. They make promises and paint beautiful pictures of what could be. They talk about amazing things you'll do together, changes they'll make, or how much better things will be soon. But these promises never materialize. They're just tools to keep you invested in a relationship that only benefits them. The 10th and most dangerous warning sign is they make you feel crazy for having normal emotional reactions. They respond to reasonable concerns with phrases like, "You're being too sensitive," or "You're overreacting to nothing." This systematic invalidation of your feelings teaches you to suppress natural instincts that could protect you from harm. So how do you protect yourself once you recognize these patterns in someone who's been destroying you? First, trust your gut feelings, even when they seem irrational. Your subconscious picks up on manipulation before your conscious mind does. Second, maintain connections with other people who knew you before this destructive person entered your life. They'll remind you who you really are. Third, document your experiences by writing them down. Gaslighting becomes much harder when you have written records of what actually happened. Fourth, set firm boundaries and watch how they react. Healthy people respect boundaries, while destroyers escalate their manipulation tactics. Remember, people who truly care about you want you to feel confident, supported, and free to be yourself authentically. Destructive individuals reveal themselves through their need to diminish others. They cannot build themselves up without tearing someone else down. The most powerful protection is developing unshakable self-worth that doesn't depend on anyone else's approval or validation. When you know your own value, manipulators lose their power because you no longer need what they're pretending to offer. If this resonates with you, remember that recognizing these patterns is the first step toward reclaiming your power and happiness. You deserve relationships that build you up, not tear you down. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Share this knowledge with others who might be trapped in similar situations, because awareness is the key to freedom from emotional destruction.